I want to speak to those of you who may be feeling this same-sex attraction. Maybe you're struggling. You're wondering if it's possible to be in a relationship with Jesus and be in a same-sex relationship with someone that you feel attraction to. You're wondering if you have to give one of those two relationships up. You're wondering if you can be forgiven for your past. You're wondering if it's worth giving up a future relationship. I want you to hear that there's more to life than sex. It's not what our culture would say. It's not what most people would say. It seems as if our culture is so obsessed with sex that there isn't anything in the world possibly higher than sexual fulfillment. But it's not true. There's more to life than sex, and there's more to you. There's more to who you are than who you are attracted to. You are more than who you are attracted to. You are not defined by who you desire. And the God who would ask you to sacrifice of yourself is the same God who made an incredible sacrifice on your behalf. He has not asked you to do something that he himself has not done. Paul writes to that idea in Romans chapter 12. He says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship." Paul says to offer your bodies as living sacrifices. Can you sacrifice yourself to the God who has sacrificed himself to you? Attraction isn't a sin. Desire isn't a sin, but according to God's word, as best I understand it, acting on attractions or desires for a same-sex sexual relationship would be a sin. Could you be able to give something up? And to be fair, I don't know anyone who's serious about following Jesus who hasn't had to give something up. For most of us, it's a list. It's not just one thing. And for most of us, especially men, there's likely something sexual that we are called to give up in order to follow Jesus. If you're feeling same-sex attraction, would you be willing? And would you also notice this? Do not conform any longer. The very next thing Paul says, do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I can't transform you, and I really can't, quite frankly, even transform myself. But I believe that my God can bring about change in me. And I know that that isn't always satisfactory. I know that's not always satisfying. But I do really, truly believe that there is more to life than sex. For everyone else in this room, you also need to know that there's more to life than sex.